Welcome, everybody. Week 22, the final uh, uh, week of the season, the regular season. We still have the close on Saturday. And not my final broadcast, by the way. I'll be broadcasting next week because of what happened yesterday as well. I'll be tying up loose ends for the men's close, but there's another loose end we got to tie up here. What a wild finish! It was incredible. Like, there's so many people that could have won this thing. And nobody has won this thing yet because we have a tie. It was a wild finish. When we left you last week, we had three players tied for first: Brad Vaughn, Glenn Coyle, and Terry Van Kessel. Each had 232 points. 1 point back was Chris Burkers, who's been coming on strong. He has been playing lights out. And when I talked to the fellas like Terry and Glenn, they were saying, well, it's going to be tough to beat Chris because we have to replace an 18. Chris has to replace a 15, and he's been playing great. So pretty well resigned that they were going to get nailed. But there were so many players in the mix, nobody could have foreseen what happened. Anyway, what did happen was Glenn Coyle went out and he got 19 points. So he upped his total, replaced his 18. He now has 233 points. Terry, unfortunately, only amassed 17, so he didn't advance. Brad Vaughn, who was also tied, injured himself last week and he couldn't play. He couldn't even play in the playoff. We had one. So unfortunately for Brad, it was too bad because he was playing well too. Well, Chris Burkers goes out, and Chris has been carrying as I said, Chris carries his bag, but he was been carrying his team to the A finals. This guy has been playing great. He only could manage 16 points. So he did advance one, but not enough to catch Glenn. Instead, who does it? Well, our old friend Elliot Riddell, former men's league champion, by the way, goes out and shoots a 2 under 33. Now, remember, Elliot hasn't got a handicap. He's got a handicap of 0. Actually has a plus handicap, but the minimum handicap is 0. He shoots a 33, puts up 20 points, replaces a 17. He was 3 behind. He's at 230, and now he's got 233 points. So him and Glenn are now tied. They will play off sometime between now and next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is the final date. I've given them the option of when they want to play because Elliot's still working. So we're going to try and work his schedule a little bit. But next Wednesday, they have to play for sure if they haven't done so before then. It's a Stableford format. They'll go out and they'll play the first 9 holes. And if they're still tied, then it's sudden death. Glenn gets a few strokes. So we'll see how that works out. But wow, what a finish. It's still not over. Can hardly wait to see what happens. Yesterday, Tony Charbonneau had a fine round, shot a gross 43, had 3 pars on that, and he had a low net of 29. So he's our champion for yesterday. And very good, Tony. Congratulations. Very good round. Want to just Glenn Noonan was second with a net of 30. Just to go over that. Scoring summary. Scores were pretty good. 24 had 20 or better points. Most of them 20. Nobody had too many high points. Charbonneau and Noonan did, and 1 or 2 other players. Dale Riddell had 21 points, so that was good. It's second week in a row he's been 20 plus. But we only had 5 teams reach 40 or better points, and it was Elliot Riddell's team that won the team award last night with, I think, 42 or 43 points. So we have a hidden score on 4. I think there was a mistake made yesterday. Should have been a long drive. But anyway, he put down his hidden score on 4. So that's what we'll do. So today, I had a visitor that we're going to be hosting for a little while. Name is George. George is a golden retriever, the cutest little golden retriever. We love goldens here. We're going to be hosting George for a week while their parents are away. And I had George pick the card for the hidden score on 4, and George sniffed out card number 5. It was clear as bell. So we're going to go and see all those people that had a score of 5 are here. Y'all here, random name picker, quite a few of you. The name's going to appear right here. So let me just generate the winner of the hidden score on 4 is Keith Ritchie. Keith, congratulations. And you're now $25 richer. Team playoffs. Wow. Another unbelievable performance. 15th seeded Team Pat Fitzgerald beat number 1 seeded, number 1 ranked all year, and our total points leader for the year, Team Aerosmith. Now, Team Aerosmith, like as I said, they have Chris Burkers, they have Gary Thorkin, they have just a lot of players on it. But oh boy, gee, they really tried hard. Chris Burkers has been carrying that team. Steve Aerosmith has been fighting injuries, but he gamely got 18 points yesterday. I thought that was pretty good. But definitely looking for Pete Richardson, Chris Burkers, and Chris, who's been carrying the team basically the last month, and Gary Dorkin. They've been moving that team along. They just couldn't do it. Team Pat Fitzgerald, Andrew Buzza, Pat Fitzgerald, Jeff Gifford, all on 19 points. They amassed 38 points. And unfortunately, Team Aerosmith can only amass 34. So Team Fitzgerald, who Tyler picked correctly, is now our A champions. They will win $100 off their off their men's league fees for next year. That's been the traditional prize, and they get their name inscribed on our men's league trophy. In the B finals, Team Panaton defeated Team Watson 35-31. And in the C playoffs, Team Jardine defeated Team Chaput 39-32. They'll all win something at men's league close. We just want to go over. I'm not having Tyler here today because there's nothing to predict, but I do want to tell you how he did. In the flight championship, the 5 predictions he made, he got 4 of them right, 80%. in the 4 weeks he's predicting the team championships, he had 8 out of 12, 66%. Not bad, my friend. I want you picking my football picks. So that's a great percentage. Good for you, Tyler. So, skin summary. Skin summary is easy to do because it's only one person who just destroyed skins. Skins had $100 carryover yesterday. I was playing with Dale Riddell, just missed a putt on number 1 for would have been a C skin. Nobody got a birdie on 1 and C. But one guy did. He got 2 birdies actually, back to back, 7 and 8. Kevin Jardine gets a birdie on 7, birdie on 8, wins the 2 skins plus the extra $100. He's now $200 richer. He's got $100 for each of those skins. Good for you. The other categories each had multiple winners, so there wasn't a lot of money displayed back and forth, but there were some winners there too. Fantasy. Love fantasy. We haven't been talking about the fantasy results, but our fantasy winner for yesterday, the overall fantasy winner, and this was tight. Art Ridgway defeated Brad Vaughn. Art Ridgway had Elliot Riddell, David Trudell, and Neil Ewart, who had 688 points, the 3 of them. Brad Vaughn had Elliot Riddell, Mark Nickel, and Doug Harvey, who also had 688 points. So you go to the 4th player. The 4th player for Neil Ewart was Pete Richardson with 222 points. For Art Ridgway, I should say. It was Pete Richardson. And the 4th player for Brad Vaughn was Jack Hunt, who only had 213. So Art wins a $300 gift certificate. Congratulations, Art. Gary Chamberlain was our weekly winner yesterday. He was powered by Tony Charbonneau, David Abu, and Kyle Godwin, who got him 61 points. So you win $25. Congratulations. We have a lot of other winners. I'm going to share those with you here. Just bear with me. It's going to take a second to get this on the screen. Where are we here? All right, other winners. Intermediate winner, of course, was Elliot Riddell. Low gross of the year, Curtis Dancy had a 30 this year. Low net of the year, both Chuck Loretto and Fraser Smith shot 26. Most birdies gross, Derek Coyle, 43, got another one yesterday. That gives him just 5 behind the record. Terrific year for Jared. Talking to his dad, he said, I wish he'd take this score more seriously. All he does is go for birdies. He either birdies or double bogeys. That's what young guys do, but 43 birdies. Great for him. Most birdies net, Brad Vaughn, 56. The net ringer champion, net ringer score, Gary Chamberlain at an 18, 2 off the net ringer challenge, which would have won him another $25. Gross ringer champion, Elliot Riddell with 24. Putting award, Ryan Valley, 12.60. Congratulations, Ryan. That's your best 10 putting performances. Got a 12.6. And the coveted and Gunner Award for your best 10 gross scores is Elliot Riddell, who's a 33.10. Congratulations. Now, men's close. Want to talk about that for a minute. So men's close is on Saturday. I think by the time you get this, you might still be able to register. We're closing in on 150. I'd like to get to 155. I'm not sure if you can register. I think they've closed off the registration for the breakfast. They might be able to get something for some. If you can register, you probably can. If you can't, call the club. It's a 5-man format. If you're a singleton or a double and you want to register as that way, let us know. We'll pair you up with someone. And what happens is all 5 drive. Then the person who's drive you steps aside. The next 4 hit until you get to the green, and you keep that rotation, that step aside rotation. When you get on the green, everybody putts. Maximum 2 putts. So basically, you got 1 putt at it. And that'll be it. Now we take how the scoring works is that you take your gross score minus what you're handicapping. Your team handicap is based on the RBC handicapping system. I would ask you to look that up, but it's a percentage of each of the handicaps that are used to calculate your handicap for your group. And it's always close. It's always like 0.1 off. Like the winner is 51.3 and the second place might be 51.4. By the way, there'll be more than one winner. Lots of prices on the course, so there'd be lots of opportunities. And the just want to mention, I finally got a price for the food. You won't believe this. Chicken and rib buffet, $37. All you can eat. Chicken and rib, $37. That's the exact amount, almost exact amount I took off your men's league fees because I wasn't charging you for the final dinner. Usually we do charge for the final dinner. We took that off the fees this year. The breakfast, $14. I can't even get that at Creekside. Paid $20 for their breakfast. So great deal by Sean. Thank you very much, Sean, and everyone else. And I hope if you still are undecided, you still want to play. It's going to be gorgeous on Saturday. Great round. Please consider playing in the close if you haven't already signed up. But I just want to say a word to 2 words. First of all, the match play is still going on. We still have the 2-man match play. It hasn't finished yet. I'm a little disappointed in that. It got laid behind, but it's almost done. I think by the time this video goes out, well, at least by Saturday, I think there's only 1 more match. And I haven't got a result from the A. The B and the C, I think, are done. So I am looking for some help next year on match play. I have not given it the time it deserves. With the videos that I do and all the work I do with Men's League, I need some help here. So I will train anybody. I'll let you know. It takes about, I would say in the month of May is the toughest month. It takes a few hours to set this up in May, and you might have to give it some time each week. Once it gets going, it's not bad. It's about 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how much time you want to put in it. If you want to write up some scores, I'll give you access to the website. I'll give you access to your own page, and you can keep it up. I'll show you everything. I'll show you how to work everything. It's quite simple. Great if you're retired and you can do it. I'd appreciate some support. If somebody can come forward and help me with match play. Eventually, I'm going to need to show people how to do this. I'm going to continue doing it as long as I can. But, you know, guys, I'd like to take a vacation in the summer. My wife wants to go to Ireland. We'd like to take off in the summer. If I leave, everything kind of stops for 3 weeks until I get back. So right now I'm doing a lot right now. We get the scores in, but we don't get any updates or anything. So I'm one step at a time. Let's get match play done. And if somebody can step forward. Finally, we have a person that volunteers every single week to do the scores. I bring her the stuff on Wednesday on my two computers. She puts the scores in. They have to be entered into a desktop report. That's how I get all these reports out. And then I copy those reports into a Google spreadsheet. The scores that you see on the screen that you're putting in, they go to a spreadsheet that she uses to copy the ones into this report. We have not gone to the online version for two reasons. One, this is free. The online version would cost us $1,000 a year. And at the time, they won't tell me if it does all the reports. They say it does. They kind of say it does, but I'll check it out again next year. But Liz, as long as she wants to do this, I'm going to keep doing it this way. Anyway, that's it for now. Until next week, I will hope to see you all at the close. I want to thank you for all the support you've given me throughout this year, people coming up and thanking me for everything. And I got to tell you, I enjoy this as much as everything. It does take a bit of my time, but I enjoy the videos. I enjoy doing the men's league. And I hope to see you on Saturday, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you. And until then, play well.